Hey, it's the Nerdy Sports Fan breaking down week 2. And we're into the Sunday night games. So let's go with Packers versus Vikings. The Packers are a 3-point favorite. Man, this is a tight game to call. The Packers offense looked horrible, and the Packers defense looked amazing week 1. And then you had the Vikings, where their offense actually looked pretty damn good, and their defense looked pretty damn good. So, how do we expect these teams to progress? So, let's wrap here for a second, all right? Dalvin Cook, if you drafted him in the later rounds that he was available in, man, did you hit gold. That guy is going to be a number 1 running back option all season long. The Kubiak offensive system that is now in play for the Vikings is very, very running back heavy, and they've got the most talented running back that Kubiak's had available to him in a few seasons. So of course they're going to lean on that dude. And he did great. It's just a matter of if you feel he's going to stay healthy all season. Personally, I think he does. I think Cook is not built like a guy that gets hurt every single season. All right, he's not Deshaun Watson, where he looks just kind of thin for the game. So yeah, I think Cook is going to be fine this season. Start him as a number 1 running back because that's just the way that offensive set is. This Mike Pettin defense from the Packers, man, they were lights out last week. They stopped everything that Chicago had to throw at them. And Chicago actually has a relatively good offensive scheme. So the Pettin defense, I think, is the best defense to deal with the complicated offenses. But this isn't a complicated offense. This is a very straightforward rushing-based offense. So, yeah, I think their defense isn't going to do as well this game. Diggs and Thielen are always start-worthy because Cousins is a fantastic fantasy football quarterback. But, he didn't put up the fantasy stats last week because Cook really took the show. So I think Cousins gets devalued this season. I think he's a backup quarterback at best, really, because they're just going to be running the ball all over the place. The receivers only still have value because they're going to get touchdowns thrown their way. Adam Thielen is a number 2 wideout. I don't actually have Diggs as a starting wideout this week. Cook is going to take so much of the volume out of this offense that he is the only odds-on number 1 guy I have for really the remainder of the season until we see something different. Both defenses are usually worthy of starting, but in this one, no, both defenses are a worthy start. I don't really see this as a high offensive output game. Both defenses are good. Both offenses are okay. So start Cook every game. Start both defenses here. Green Bay's offense didn't look really that great, but they were going up against the best defense in the league, so they're going to look not that great. The Vikings' defense isn't as good. So Aaron Rodgers is always a start because he's Aaron Rodgers. Davante Adams is going to have a much better play this week than he did last week. Start him. He's a number 1 option. Aaron Jones is maybe a running back 2 to a flex because the Vikings' strength of their defense is the front 7. They will stop the running game before anything else. So yeah, Rodgers and Davante Adams are the plays for offense in Green Bay, but really both defenses should be started because they're both very, very good, and there's not really much as far as options go defensively in general. Yeah, that 3-point spread, that's a problem. I bet the Vikings. I think the Packers win. I think they win by like a point. I think they just barely pull this one out. These teams are very evenly matched, but I think Pettin's defense added to Aaron Rodgers is just good enough to really pull out games like this that are going to be close. So like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Hit up the rest of the games so you know what to do with your fantasy team this season. Enjoy week 2, guys.